Hey, what's up? In this episode of MPTV, we're at Frutta Bowls in Mason, Ohio, where we talk with Sandy and Mike, the owners from the logistics business that moved into the Frutta Bowls business. We're gonna talk about what they've done with their team to make this a great atmosphere, what they've done with their marketing, especially video, to tell their story. But more importantly, we're gonna talk about the touches that Sandy did around the restaurant and the restroom to make this feel like home. Let's go check it out. Hey, what's up? It's Matt. We're back with another episode of MPTV. Today we're in Mason, Ohio. We're with Mike and Sandy of the Frutta Bowls franchise.
Yeah. Hi.
What's going on?
How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing amazing now that I'm here.
Awesome.
You can smell the fresh fruit in the air. So
Great
I guess
to see you.
For everybody that is watching the podcast, the episodes are about making profit in the restaurant business, how to run a restaurant, what to look for, what not to look for. And I like to have people like yourself on because you're in the trenches. You've started from the beginning of this. You didn't come from the restaurant business, so it's an even better conversation. So I guess first, introduce yourself to the viewing audience or listening audience and tell us a little about yourself.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Okay, well, prior to doing Frutta Bowls, I spent 30 years in the trucking industry. From the ground up, started loading trucks right up to being a driver into management. And one thing that, or a couple things that I take from my operations background is efficiency. You have to be efficient. Frutta Bowls is a healthy, nutritious option that we want to make as quickly as possible for people to come in, grab, go, get it, and get back on their way. Of course, they can stay here in the store and enjoy the atmosphere we have here, but in lieu of another fast food type place, they can come here, have the fast food experience of being in and out quick, but getting something really healthy. Along with that, transportation, customer services king. They have so many other options in trucking. They can pick whatever carrier they want. They can, price generates a lot, but if you develop that really good customer relationship with your customers, I learned that in trucking, you could save a lot of relationships just because you were the right guy at the right time helping people out. And that's how we brought that here. It's a very friendly environment when you come to Frutta Bowls. You're always going to be greeted with, hey, welcome to Frutta Bowls, how are you? When you pick up your food, you're always going to get a thank you for coming in. When it's your first time here, someone's going to realize it is your first time here, and we're going to bring you over and let you have some samples first so you understand what acai, acai, and kale are. And with that, we developed a relationship with our customers right away because we're going to take our time with them and do that, and then we feel we have a customer for life once they've tried it.
And Sandy, you're from the similar background, right?
Yeah, that's right. Many years as an executive assistant and in trucking sales, and then 10 years ago started a cleaning company. So, you know, we have a little bit of an entrepreneurial spirit in our family here. So, you know, it just, you know, running a business isn't easy, and hiring people and, you know, getting customer service and quality delivered is a daily challenge. But we felt up to the challenge when, you know, when we were introduced to the Frutta Bowls product, and, you know, we loved it. So we felt we had the capability to get it going.
And you weren't out actively looking for a restaurant opportunity.
No, not at all.
This was just an opportunity that you saw the product and were like, you love the product.
Right.
And oh my gosh, they're going to let other people do this.
Yeah, so it was a personal friend who created the product that we got to enjoy for, you know, about a year. And when she decided to franchise the product, we had already known her commitment to quality, the freshness that she was delivering, and you know, her customized recipes, and you know, just you know, her commitment to delivering a fresh, quality product, gluten-free, vegan, plant-based products, and you know, allergy-sensitive you know, ingredients that are available here. So we just thought that the timing was right to present that to Cincinnati.
So talk about some of the things that you think you brought that have helped you. Because like a lot of people I talk to that got in the restaurant business, they were, you know, had prior experience. They were a general manager, they were this. You come with, I won't say zero knowledge because you're entrepreneurs, but you come with not the experience of back there chopping up food or waiting on customers. I'm sure your cleaning business, I mean, that is customer service completely.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
it's
a lot of options.
very custom, it's very personal. Everybody's home is different, everybody's needs and desires are different. And Frutta Bowls is the same. Every product is custom, whether it's a smoothie with protein or not. Every product here is very custom, and that's what we want to do. This is not a cookie cutter operation. It's very custom based on your food sensitivities. You love Nutella or you're allergic to peanut butter, and whatever it is, we take very close attention to that. Yep. And we buy our fruit fresh every day. So there isn't anything sitting around. It's brought in fresh and cut fresh every 3 or 4 hours. We pay very close attention to the temperature of our food because it needs to be kept cold. And so we monitor that very closely as well.
You mentioned about what did we bring from our background to the restaurant business that we were just getting into is we were both trained very well in efficiency, okay, remaining efficient, and looking at cost-cutting options. We do look at what our labor costs are by the hour. Okay. So we know when we're having our peaks and when we're having our valleys in our business, and we staff accordingly with that. Sandy mentioned we buy fresh fruit every day. That's, while it's maybe inconvenient for some people to go to, like in my case, Kroger up the street and get the freshest fruit I can, they may be using another service to bring it in. Well, that service is going to charge you a delivery charge, and you're going to be paying more. Okay, so part of our cost-cutting savings is buying local, picking it up ourselves, and making it here.
And making sure it's the best quality.
Exactly. We get the best quality from our local that are right here.
Yeah.
That's a balancing act a lot of times in the restaurant business especially, is that there's a lot of places you can get your food, your product. I'm sure there's 50 places you can get your fruit. And the cheapest isn't always the best because you can tell, like my wife, she likes avocados. And I've heard her talk about this place's avocados are better than that place's, and this state's avocados are better than this state because there's the travel time.
Yeah.
Was that a struggle for you all when you started, like looking, okay, we can save a little money here, but it's going to cost us much, but it's going to keep people coming back more?
I can give you a very recent challenge, okay, with the fires that are going on in California. The strawberry supply is tight right now, very tight, and we did have to outsource our strawberries instead of buying them local. Local could not supply us. They could not get them in, and because of the fires, because of trucking situations, I had to go to my second and third choices, which still have good quality, but instead of ordering every other, getting fresh fruit every day, I needed those guys to deliver to me every day, which they normally deliver me every other day. I needed to now resource those guys to deliver every day. Again, a cost that we were not anticipating. Strawberry prices go up, usually around this time of year. You're going to see a changeover from the seasons, and there is a little bit of a spike, but there's never really a shortage. The shortage was happening due to the fire. So now we have to adjust. Something that was always the easiest thing, and we have strawberries almost in everything that we do here. Was a little bit, I had to figure that out, how to make some adjustments.
So along those lines, because that brings up a topic in my mind I wanted to talk about because of the video of it. You did a video with Doug from our team a few weeks back showing that you bring these fruits in. You showed your employees doing it. And I wanted to ask a question because a lot of businesses don't seek outside help, or even, I know some that aren't really receptive to outside tips. And I know that Doug saw an opportunity, and I was cracking up because Doug on our team isn't the digital maven. Like, I live and eat and sleep all this stuff. He's in between. And I remember looking at your all's Facebook page and going, my gosh, these guys are crushing it. Like, these videos are unbelievable.
Back from some of my experience in trucking, I had lean methodology. And lean methodology is always about continuous improvement. What can we do to improve? If you're surrounding yourself with good teammates and they have suggestions for you, it's not that they're criticizing you, they want to help you get better. And I really did hit it off with Doug. And I said, what else can I do? What can I do to make this happen? He said, look, you might be a little bit uncomfortable doing videos and showing yourself doing them. He said, but that's the next thing, Mike. He said, you've got a great product, you've got great pictures of your product, you've got a great fan base here. He says, but you gotta get them on camera. You gotta just make that happen. And he really, gave me the confidence to do it. And he said, you'll see, watch, right? And we did. We ran those couple, and things really took off. We had nice responses to them. And we found that people do like to see themselves also on camera. So.
Yeah, and also, you know, having a partner with you guys, I mean, we can't know everything, you know. I mean, we're doing our best with, you know, staffing and our product delivery and our, you know, just running our business, and you know, you guys are the experts, and you know, what you've brought to us is just taken us to a whole other level of where we thought we could be. And I know Mike's got some really, you know, impressive numbers, you know, that we can share, you know, just as a result of having partnered with you guys. We just don't have that level of experience, and this is what we needed for our business, and it's been fantastic.
Was it uncomfortable getting on video? I mean, I'm on video all the time, and so my kids make fun of me because when we go to a restaurant, they're expecting to see Dad on his phone, like, hey, it's Matt, because I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Was it uncomfortable those first couple times?
In the beginning, but yeah.
At first it was.
Yeah. I think our staff of girls are more comfortable. You know, their selfies and all the things that they do, you know. And we're a little bit older, so it's like, oh, I don't know, is this right? You know, like, are we doing this right? You know, that kind of thing.
What would you tell to other entrepreneurs? Because there's a lot that most of the restaurateurs I deal with are husband and wives. They're 45 to 65 years old, and they're not in that world of doing videos. And I tell them all the time, like, that's one of the biggest pieces of advice I give people is people want to hear your story. Like, people think that this restaurant is owned by some billionaire in a tower somewhere in New York, and it's not. It's owned by somebody that goes to church with you and lives down the street.
Yeah.
And I think people relate more when they hear that. What would be your advice to other restaurateurs, like, to quit being camera shy and get out in front of it?
It's just real life. Just make it real life. Nobody's perfect. Nothing's perfect. But share your real life and share your experiences and your staff, and it's just be yourself, and it's okay. You know, it's okay.
If you're an entrepreneur, you're trying to sell yourself, right? You're trying to sell your business. You got to get out in front of as many people as you can so they can understand what Frutta Bowls is, what your business is. You have to be out in front of people so they know. The mistake a lot of us make is we stay inside our store too long. And yes, it's very important that we make sure the operation's running right, but we're not seeing everybody. There's a ton of people out there who need to see you, and you can't see them all just by walking around outside. But if you video yourself, there's hundreds and sometimes thousands of people that can now see you and your product.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I tell people all the time, how many people have you asked to do business each day? Like, I have a reminder I send myself every day through Messenger to my personal account that says, how many people did you ask for business today? Because a lot of weaknesses with entrepreneurs is you get stuck in your business, you forget to ask. Well, with restaurants, it's no different. How many people did you physically ask to come in here and have lunch with you, have dinner, have a protein shake, have an acai bowl? And video is a great way to do it. And plus, the other side of it, I don't know if you heard feedback from your staff or not, but if I put a video on that's professionally produced, like David, who runs the podcast, can do, and there's no faces to it, it's fruit flying everywhere, there's no grandma or grandpa or aunt or uncle or mom or dad that says, oh my gosh, there's our daughter.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Okay, break time. Restaurateurs, it's Matt. And if you're watching MPTV, you're obviously interested in improving your business. What if I told you could finally take the hope and pray out of your marketing plan and spend money and see results? You see, most marketing starts with the same exact tactic. You gain the attention of somebody, but that's where the majority of it stops. What we do with the ROI engine is help you gain amazing attention, which drives gigantic engagement. That engagement leads to customers to tell us who they are, meaning they opt into your email, text, and birthday program, and then we drive them to buy something. We've got a lot of great programs that can help you, and we'd love to have a conversation with you. If you're interested, it's easy. Check out ROIexperts.net. You can schedule an appointment and we'll hop on a call with you. Worst case scenario, you learn how to market your restaurant like you've never heard of before. Back to the action. What was the feedback from your staff? Have they asked about them, or are they camera shy? Love it?
Yeah, they love it.
They're very excited.
And then I tell them, sometimes I just surprise them and let them know someone's coming. I'm not prepared. I didn't bring any makeup. What am I going to do? Like, it's okay. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know, we have a girl who started this week. She's been on camera twice this week now. You know, I mean, it's a big thrill. They let their friends, like you said, their friends and family know, and then they all pass it around, and it's good stuff.
Now, I will say one tip for the viewing and listening audience is when you have your employee manual that employees sign when they come on. Have a sheet in there about their likeness. When we shoot video or pictures, that they sign off, they read it. It's like all the rules, like, hey, you may be featured when we run stuff in here.
Great idea.
Because I had a client of mine a few years back that it didn't bite him in the butt because the judge in the case said, you shot a TV commercial for 4 years every week on the same day of the year. You knew what it was doing.
Right.
So, but it's always a good practice.
Yeah.
So another question I noticed, or something I noticed, was when I went in your bathroom. You know, I looked and like my wife, like our house right now has football decorations up. She brought out fall 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And then I would say in 3 weeks she'll have Halloween, and then she'll go Thanksgiving, then Christmas. Every year she changes it up. People always tell our house looks like it's out of a magazine because she's always doing stuff.
Yeah.
You've got the same touch here.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of businesses miss that because you and I aren't doing that.
Right.
That's a lady's touch, one with
Yeah.
very good eye. Why did you do that here instead of just having a white painted bathroom and empty tables?
I feel that environment and vibe is a key part of the experience. I like, you know, pillows and warm, inviting couches and lights. I think lighting is important, and you know, just I think decor is creates an environment that you like to be in, and music, and I just, you know, and there's TVs, you know, for the guys, and I think that it totally adds to your experience. That makes it more enjoyable.
Oh, it stuck out to me. I
Yeah.
mean, because there's a lot of times you walk into I look at bathrooms.
Yeah,
I
do too.
I think bathrooms are a big missed opportunity.
Yeah.
In how people view them.
Yeah.
But also the opportunity for, like, I saw like the lights that were in there that light
Yeah.
up, and
It's attention to detail,
Yeah.
and that even has to go into the bathroom. You know?
well, because I look at it that if they're not paying attention to this,
Right.
what aren't they paying attention behind there where it
In
counts?
the back kitchen. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll give you a quick story on that about bathrooms, and it cracked me up a long time ago. In the boat business, we were at a training. We were a big boat dealership, and this guy, we were in Vegas at a training. This guy, his name was Noel. He owned a huge boat dealership down there. He had sold, and he was talking about. He said, you know, when you look in your business, don't ignore the other sex. He's like, the boat dealership typically is seen as the guy's playground. He sold big cigarette boats, and it was a male-dominated environment. He said, we had just finished this giant remodel, $1 million plus remodel, gorgeous. Because I'm in my office, I see the salesman dealing with a husband and wife on a boat, and a couple minutes later, the wife leaves, and then comes back, grabs the husband, they jet. And I could tell the body man, like, something happened.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, what happened? Like, he's like, I run down there, and I get him in the park, like in their car. I said, hey, I apologize, I can't help but notice something just happened. Would you tell me what it was? Because something, I could tell. She's like, are you ready for the truth? And he's like, yeah. She's like, well, we were getting ready to spend $500,000 on a boat. I went to go use the restroom, and the ladies' room is a disaster.
Oh.
She's like, but I noticed the rest of your dealership's gorgeous. And she's like, what that tells me is that you're not paying attention to women, and that I don't matter as much as him.
Oh.
And he said the training is like, it was wild because I asked her, I said, with your permission, can I invite you back in a week? That'll be completely remote. I don't expect your business, but I want to show you that I do care.
Okay.
And he said it was wild. He said, because we had no women in our company, all men.
Okay.
And so when we remodeled the business, we didn't remodel the women's.
Okay. Right.
It was just painted walls. Like everybody, we had sofas, TVs.
Yeah.
And he said, I learned a lesson that you got to have another set of eyes that maybe you won't see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great story.
Yeah. That's very interesting.
When he told me about it, it always sticks with me.
Yeah.
But I noticed that like gas stations are typically atrocious, but a lot of restaurants I see that they don't really put these touches around that I think it would make my wife feel at home.
Yeah.
Because this looks like my house.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thinking back to the past, what year, right?
Yep.
What would you say is your biggest aha moment with a surprise outside of the pandemic? Because none of us were looking for that one. But what was your biggest aha moment that you weren't expecting with regards to a benefit of the business?
Well, I have one. It's the repeat customer. We knew people would love it, but what we're finding is if you have it once, if you've been here once, chances are you're coming back. You like the experience, you like the product, and it is the repeat customer that come in a couple times a week. That was a huge surprise to us, because we just didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But the repeat customers. We've got customers that come in a couple of times a week. People tell us this is all my daughter will eat, and it's like, wow, okay, we're on that level.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
My aha moment was really after meeting with Doug and just how we were totally missing the boat. We were trying to advertise as much as we could, post something here and there on Facebook, how we were just totally missing the boat and not taking advantage of Facebook Messenger, being able to Google My Business. Those were things that were completely missing. There was advertising that we were doing, but we didn't know what our return was on it. There was no way of tracking it. We didn't have any of that. And that was my aha moment. I'm like, I'm running a business and I don't know what my return is on some of these advertising. And there's other outlets available to me that I'm not using that you guys do know. And it really was, wow. The amount of people that we could get in and try our product based upon the avenue that we were taking with you, it's amazing.
Restaurant owners, did you know Matt has free online marketing courses that teach you how to successfully market your restaurant? Email support@mattplapp.com to get access to the courses and a free social media content calendar.
Cool. So my last question, I always spring this on people, and it's an easy one though. We used to ask for a tip, but recently I started asking a little differently, and my client Chris Wiley gave me the idea. He calls it airplane mode. As entrepreneurs, it's tough to turn it off. It's tough to not have that stress home with you. I like to work out. I like to work out outside. My neighbors think I'm crazy because I'll be up at 6 a.m. doing sprints on my street, but it allows me to get away from my phone. It allows me to get away from my business. What is your airplane mode? What do you all do to get away from this and to relax your mind and de-stress?
Let's see. Well, I don't know. I think that we have each other to bounce off what's going on, and that's sort of a release. It's not somebody in it themselves, or he's not in it by himself, and I'm not in it by himself. So, we can sit and have dinner and talk about the day, and that's sort of a release from it all, and bounce ideas off of each other. But to get away from it all, gosh, I don't know. I think we binge on Netflix. We
There
like
you
to
go.
binge on.
We go into another world.
We go in
Gosh.
binge mode. Yeah.
What's so maddening about binging on Netflix is you get into a series,
Yeah.
and then it's done.
And then you stay up too late, and then it's done,
or
and
the-
now
yeah,
and now
the
you don't know what to
devastation of
do.
it.
Yeah, like me and my wife, we binged on Ozark.
Oh, we did that
And,
too.
Yeah.
and like we loved it, and we're like, what do you mean there's no more? Like,
Now
what
what
is
do we
wrong
do?
with you? Give
Yeah.
me 4 more seasons
Yeah.
so I can watch it
Exactly.
for one more day.
So we binge.
Yeah, we definitely binge a lot.
We have all been
The
there.
other thing too that actually does help is when you have great staff. Okay, I mean we have been very lucky
Yeah.
with, I call them the kids, but the kids that we've hired. Okay,
They're
very
fantastic.
responsible. They do a fantastic job. They really keep it covered, and that helps a lot. And then also at our cleaning business, we've got some outstanding team leaders there that really take care of the business. When we're not there, we do have a confidence with them, and they also know, look, this is what we do. You can get a hold of us, 24/7, but
We've had some record days that we weren't here.
Yeah.
We weren't even here for that, and
That's
they've handled it well.
And that's awesome. That always makes it a lot easier when you don't have that, but also having each other, knowing that you got a co-pilot that's in on the ride with you, because it's a bumpy ride some days, and if it's all on yourself, that's
We
even
have each
tougher.
other's back, and it's just like, okay, I got it. I got this. You do that. That kind of thing.
I mean, yesterday was a great example of both of us just covering each other. We were blessed with a really great catering order. That again, this isn't a product that can be made the night before, to go deliver bowls, and we had a 30 bowl, 24 smoothie. Catering
For
event.
9:30 a.m.
For 9:30 a.m. So Sandy literally, got one of our team leaders to take care of getting the girls out at the cleaning company. She was here at 7 a.m. with me, and here we were, making bases, making smoothies. Had to be there from 9:30. Here we were, 9:15 out the door, and we were able.
And we
to
delivered, personally delivered
and
the
we
product.
personally delivered that, and that's how we get it done. We're a team that gets it done. Today we had a lady whose car broke down. Okay, she left her lights on. Her And I left here, went to go get her keys, but she's, again, a great employee for us. Ran and got her keys, shot back down to Loveland, tried to get her car to start. Sandy and I are out there jumping her car to get it started. So when she came home, when she came back to the office from work, from working, she was able to get in her car and start up and get going.
Yeah.
So,
Well, cool.
you know, that's the level of, you know, involvement we are with our staff. You know, we can leave, be back and forth, and also get our jobs done.
Cool. Well, I appreciate y'all's time.
Oh,
Well,
well,
thank you.
our pleasure, Matt.
Appreciate the opportunity to talk, and I'm sure everybody out there watching and listening will appreciate it. So that's it for this episode of MPTV. Stay tuned for more. Time to enjoy some great food.
Thank you.
Thank you.